Sway, na story number 1. Asemi, the Obia cancer American bay. What were your true for pa? What tropa na wo twa to Ghana so no. There's a prospect from the umbe yushim, omo entutum de ka enkase bia. Were your true for Broni ya frano Ariana Naomi Maki. Naomi cheso oba Ghana ha no oba Ghana ha no. Wanamwa no koto police barrier. Na prosifo enum Ghana prosifo say what ye you want this you. Ghana prosifo enum ejina kaya na ono ewura Ariana Naomi wotimu. Wo so mo bo no oh na prosifo na kidnap wo mo. A kidnap wo no na danfo a wo mte car no mo na ese. Na eda ono prosifo asem na wo mo kidnap no omnia prosifo no bo no anache say e wo sha prosifo no eji wo mu sika esan ewrobo wo mu enti wono de what broni na no da so no won sha da
or de bibini
aba of house have cars bia enti wono de so asoma awura wa kan say wo ba obi a wo ba Ghana ha no mkokọ obronya brem na Ghana de ujeja ho a asam to asa prosifo na bo ho ban na oba Ghana dia Ghana mpura prosifo no kra na kidnap sa awrobo na prosifo said the end abo kan ya na prosifo how can we say this Ghana ha wa muso mo from amesa dance ya wo fabra na be boa hwehwemu no o ma fra maami enne wo kire na kire maami no eno an no o fra won fa text message so onye so afedie ebobo ba na mo piapia no asam no no post ye no de asa Ghana drama Ghana obia stro Ghana haba no wasa ko delete yen hwe video no.
Last night, I was kidnapped and robbed by the police in Ghana. I was kidnapped by 3 masked police officers. They covered their license plate. They didn't have name badges on. They completely covered their face. And as soon as they decided they wanted to take us, they took our phones and my camera. So I couldn't record. I couldn't contact anyone. I couldn't even look up, what was legal for the police to do. And obviously, not sure the law would have helped. They are the law like that. So the Uber driver that picked us up at the end of the night told me that this is something that happens frequently. The police set up these checkpoints all over the city and they'll stop you for anything. Like you could not come to a complete stop. You could have something on you. You could do nothing and they will stop you. And if they find out that you're American or they suspect you might have money, then they will take you. They decided they wanted to take us. They heard my accent because they asked me a question and I had to answer. And they checked our bags. They checked our whole body. And when they looked inside my bag and they saw that I had cash, they decided I needed to get in the car. So they told me to get in the car. I tried to ask why. I tried to say, like, is there anything else we can do to handle this? No. So they told me to get in the car. And they got mad anytime I tried to ask a question. So I realized, like, I cannot fight back right now. I have to simply, like, do what they say. So there was a friend of a friend that I knew in Ghana, and we had just went out to eat. So we're in the car together. They actually cuffed him because he's from Ghana, but they didn't cuff me. They just sat me in the car, and they drove us around. Little did I know we were driving in a car the whole time, but I don't know where I am. I don't have my phone. It feels like we're getting further and further from where I'm staying. Like I'm feeling, I'm feeling terrible. One of the cops is in the back seat and he has his arm around me the entire time. They were screaming at us most of the time, and then sometimes they would decide to be nice. Like it was definitely like a good cop, bad cop type situation. They told me I would not go back home to America. They would arrest me and those charges would not let me board my flight. They told my friend he was gonna go to jail. And the threats kept escalating. At one point, they even made me read a Bible verse and explain to them why that meant we should pay them before they take us to the station. This was the most nonsense I'd ever heard in my life. But again, they're all armed. There are big ass guns in the trunk. At one point, there were 5 officers with us, and then at other points, there were 3. Like there was no leaving. There was nothing. So at one point they pulled up at an ATM and they told me, take out as much as you can. Are you dumb? Do I look like I'm fucking dumb? And I know y'all are probably like, why'd you get in the car? Why did I get in the car? I didn't have a choice. You try resisting 5 fat ass, armed, stinky ass, and let's get into the smell, because the car stank. So at the ATM, I told them like that, like obviously they couldn't go with me into the ATM. I went to tell the bank people that I like was not good, but they still had my phone and my camera and the person that I was with. So I took some money out. I took out like $150 US dollars, and I went back to the car. I gave it to them. I'm thinking it's over then. No, of course it's not over. They're still trying to extort more money out of the other guy. So eventually they get about $400, and I'm tweaking because I'm like, I need to be up in the morning. Like, where am I? Who am I? Like, I just felt, I've never felt powerless like that in my life. So I say all that to say, if you're going to Accra for Dirty December or going at all, make sure you don't, I guess, look rich. I didn't even have on any designer. I had on a cheap outfit. It doesn't matter. Don't talk back to the police because they will straight up take you. Thankfully, I'm not physically harmed. $150 is nothing. They don't know that, but I'm going to be okay, and I thank God for that. I thank God for his covering. And yeah, just wanted to tell my story.
And okay, Naomi. So, Naomi, Ariana, American eBay. What's up, plus for Kramasa? I can't the Kakamo to be Ghana, plus for the Kakamo to get so many. You Mujina, no, na Santo Mahu so one free hand more American, no, Missina, there may be Bimbiasica. And now, must say, I feel almost shall be being in her while almost so called Carnum or Quatan came, almost so no my bacanum, a bacanum, a handcuff for there behind and a handcuff from my Fabian Anton and Sa. Then your Obroboswa, Nasa the Omra Plus Fortune say, a ray or Betra Hotel be a one craha. Na one not down for an Shasa Hotel Hormone. December 5 and 8, my boy. Now, 3 days ago. And 9. That's a 4 days ago, yeah. Everyone nay obi ebeshe hotel ho. Na dan one was a call, Kotukan transport na puha, one more call ye. And to work as I want to make us our down for no so one more investigation was my down for no so person in DBP.
Now, do be so many danger. So down for a gun and near what?
And some see and I press for so mugusu. Was Sagan a dinsia
nature moon or financial more chang and you know, subri and Tiasia be any mentossum and toss him back. Now, can I say, Bruni, was a few docra. You will be away, quaddy, I went quaddy with you.
Well, I know a yapa, that's what I've robbed a best.
What's it?
I'm mechanical.
Suppose if one of the idea Katakata with a badge in the home, and then I don't so be a police from Poo. Huh? Yes, some police first one way a day.
One was somewhere and some case. Because I will be any mass. Now, there were Kayam Park. I was uncle delete. One was I delete post on video, and one was I to tear for one more. Yeah, Venezuela, while cross you just said, why that's still quiet. And I Ghana plus for say, baby, I will tibia. And the one ceremony, a American embassy in the Babwamia, Trina Baba, one becassim Nibukrami, you know, young play one second at dinner.
I am penny, Biasso. Of Uncle anymore. Young Kianimo, now a year, Yakodoha, and Nona, a Yakata man, one more iron crew, and then she'll move because so, our one more year. Doha Forum 2025 no na Serge Medie no eye apedie ye friend labor empanimfo a efra mama hodo so ne ba ombehia na wo seso adwene fa kwane obefa so a wo mama ya hodo no emu nipa benya adwuma ye na aseye hwe man yi ya mana ne nsem so Foreign Affairs Ministry no so for oda no ye yera Samuel Kujetua Blakwa en na wode atodwa che se wone kataman no wo ma so ye hwe apedie eso ye Ministry of Labor Womashia. Now, Shia Womashia and Womakasapa, Womanya, bilateral meeting. No, Yano, Womugusu Yan to Trayan, Kakranka Kra. Said the Baya won't bet me do on Sasha, Pamasian and Kratasia. AJ, near maybe a tomb where Buama, adwuma yɛ ne apɛdie ɛho ɛnsa wɔ sodi a nankita hudi akɔso ɛwɔ Ghana ɛne Qatar no wɔn ntɛm na saa dwumadi a wɔn edi yie ɛyɛ Labour Mobility Agreement yɛ no foforɔ kora aba mpanimfoɔ ahwɛ de wɔn nsa ahyɛ nkrataa se a Ghana so yɛka ho bie na wɔnya berɛ akyerɛ yɛ mu deɛ nam so ma sɛ nhyiamu kɔɔ soɔ nhyiamu a wakɔ wɔ Qatar no mfa so a Ghana yɛbɛtumi anya wɔ so bi.
To hold a very successful bilateral engagement with the Labour Minister, where I took the opportunity to give him a copy of the ratified Labour Mobility Agreement, which the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana ratified under Article 75 of the Constitution to deal with issues of exploitation, abuse, and human rights violations, which have sometimes been reported, particularly from the Gulf region, even though, to be fair to the state of Qatar, we haven't had a lot of negative reports from the state of Qatar as compared to other parts of the GCC. I'm glad that we are signing these labor mobility agreements, and what it does is that it guarantees safety. Gone are the days where you are recruited here, they seize your passports, you don't know who your employers are, government is not aware, and so everybody wants to take advantage of you. Gone are those days. Now everybody knows.
Enti asomade tu dwati a wane se ebre bia besene kro be he yesi afa nkrofo fri Ghana ya de omkọ Qatar Jordan emiamia hodo ebenben e de omkọ akwaye adwuma abeduru oni agye passport ayakayaka de nko a yebete yesi abubi e ma ne de ne r0bbed ne de ben no wasesa ama ne bo no Qatar de ya yenta nti bi mfiri ho enti sa nhyehyɛ na wode won sa hyase e Labour Mobility Agreement no ebebo ama Ghana fo a akotena Qatar wo mo ye adwuma no wo betimi enya ahotoso se nhyehyɛ wɔ hɔ ebo wo mo ho ban yɛmfa wo mo nya nkrutu dwuma no achi wo mo kwa yakayaka de bia emu nti onim se sankita hodie ɛwɔ apɛdie mu na bɛboa pa ama Ghana enya mfasodie ɛde afiri ho titiro ne Ghana fo a ɛte Qatar ɛyɛ adwuma.